How's it going, guys? So yeah, welcome to another video. I just want to say thank you guys so much for the support on the previous one. I don't really want to waste your time, so I'm just going to get straight into the video. So today we're going to be talking about Prismatic Evolutions, and it has the potential to have the performance of Evolving Skies, but in my opinion, even better. I think this set is actually way more fun to open up than Evolving Skies. Potentially better, but that's debatable. But it is definitely more fun to open up. So I'm going to get into why I believe it's going to be a $100 booster pack, or maybe even $150 by 4 years. Alright, so today I have a couple things to go through. So the first thing I want to go through is there's something nobody really talks about. So basically, Prismatic Evolutions is a holiday set. Holiday sets means that the packs are harder to get and they're more expensive. If you buy a booster box, you know, it used to be $180 for a booster box. It would be like, what, $5.50 a pack, something like that. Prismatic Evolutions, if you buy a binder collection, it'll set you back maybe $65, $70, and you only get 5 packs. So it can cost you $11, $12, $13. Like even text stickers. I got a text sticker, you'll see it above there. Oh, by the way, what do you think about the setup? I think it's pretty cool. I just figured I wanted to keep the setup cool, so I just set some stuff up. I bought a text sticker and it cost me $45. That's insane. That's $15 a pack. So it's extremely hard to get these booster packs. They're extremely expensive. And here's the thing, I don't really want to talk about the resale value because I'm not really thinking about the investability by looking at the secondary market. I'm looking about how hard it is to obtain and how hard it is to actually hoard it. So basically you can clearly see that holiday sets are hard to get booster packs off of. And basically this is something no one is talking about. This is a bit of a groundbreaking discovery I realized the other day. What Pokemon do to combat being hard to get these packs is that they make the ports way easier. So here's the thing, if you look at a set like Evolving Skies, if you look at a set like Chilling Reign, if you look at a set like Lost Origin, to pull the top chase, it's going to take around 900 to 1200 packs, around that range. Lugia, I think, is a bit easier from Tilda sometimes, I believe that's about 800, but they're always really difficult pull rates. But the thing is, if you look at shiny sets, I've actually written a couple down. The Hidden Fates Charizard, in order to pull it, which I believe it's an $800 card, it'll take 391 packs to open up to get it. Champion's Path will take 273 to pull the Charizard. Then Shining Fates will take you 271 packs. So you can clearly see that it's very easy pull rate for holiday packs, and they do this to combat the packs being harder to get. So it's a bit more of an exciting thing to open up because there's less packs, but you've also got really good pull rates. The Bubble Mew is a $1,500 card as a PSA 10. Well, it was. It's probably like $1,300 now, and that only takes 485 packs to open up. That is not a lot. You know, Silver Tempest Lugia, I probably opened up maybe 400 packs of that. So you're telling me I would have gotten the Lugia and every single other alt art if it was the same pull rates as Paldean Fates. They do this to combat packs being hard to obtain. Yeah, basically you can see that a lot of packs in holiday sets have very easy pull rates, and this makes it more enjoyable to open up but also harder to obtain. So where does Prismatic come in? Now everybody's talking about Prismatic, everybody's going crazy over Prismatic, but there's just one key thing no one really realized, because when people talk about investability, whenever it comes to Scarlet Violet, they're talking about Surging Sparks, Twilight Masquerade, Destined Rivals, Black and White, and Prismatic Evolutions. But I think Prismatic Evolutions blows all of them out of the water multiple times. The thing is, Prismatic Evolution pull rates is similar to Evolving Skies. So Prismatic Evolution pull rates is 1 in 1400 to pull a specific SIR you want to pull. That is not good pull rates. That is extremely difficult. That is 3 times harder to pull than the Bubble Mew. Yeah, that is 5 times harder to pull the Umbreon versus the shiny Charizard from Champion's Path. You can see that it's so difficult to pull it. So here's the thing, truly how hard is it to actually pull the Umbreon? So basically, you get 9 packs in an ETB, and it'll take around 1400 packs to pull the Charizard, meaning it'll take 160 Elite Trainer boxes to pull the Charizard, provided you don't get lucky or unlucky, just pure average. So this strength in the pull rates means that the Pokemon cards are going to go up and the product is going to appreciate, because there's a correlation between the top hit in the set versus the actual sealed product price. Now, I could end the video here and call it a day. I guarantee you maybe 90 to 99% of you people watching haven't even considered that. And you know, that's why I'm giving good insights on this channel, because a lot of you wouldn't notice that. That's not something that gets talked about. No one has talked about that. It just hit me the other day. I was like, hey, this is really tough pull rates. Usually holiday sets are really easy pull rates. So I wanted to tell this to you so that you can be informed about it and you can make a decision based on it. I'm not going to tell you what to do. You can make that decision for yourself, but I'm just bringing this information to you, and that's why you should subscribe, because Other people aren't talking about this. Anyways, so I could just end the video there and say, you know, Prismatic Evolutions is destined to go up because of that. We all know that if you've got a big hitter and the poor are difficult, people love to open it up. What gets more views, opening up Silver Tempest or Evolving Skies? It's Evolving Skies. Even though 99% of people know that they're going to get their time wasted and they're not going to pull anything, it's just a slight chance that everybody gets a dopamine hit, including the person opening up the pack. That's what gets views, that's what gets people wanting to open it up, and that's what gets YouTubers wanting to open it, streamers wanting to sell it, and people wanting to open it themselves. So the aim of the game for a set to appreciate is basically you want as many packs to be opened as possible. The more people hoarding it, the more people keeping it sealed, makes it harder for the price to go up. However, if people open it and the supply diminishes by being opened, it's been burned from the supply, and then happy days, it can start appreciating. Once again, I could end the video here and just call it a day and say, hey guys, thanks for watching, don't forget to subscribe, happy days. But I have more information to tell you. If you go through any threads, if you go through any subreddit posts, or if you go anything through the internet, you'll notice people aren't talking about wanting to pull the Umbreon. No one is talking about that. People are talking about wanting to pull the God Pack. Not the Umbreon, not a demigod pack, but the God Pack. This is the first time Pokemon have ever done it in a holiday set. So this is the thing, right? Pulling a demigod pack is 1 in 600. Pulling a God Pack is 1 in 2,000 packs. Meaning it will take you 222 Elite Trainer box, or if you're paying retail, $22,000 to pull one God Pack. And that's the thing. People aren't talking about wanting to chase the Umbreon. People aren't talking about wanting to chase a demigod pack. If you see people in the thread of someone pulling a God Pack, everybody says, oh man, this is all I want in life. This is my dream. This is all I want. So you can clearly see a lot of people are already ready to open it up, and people are already ready to go ham with this set, opening it up wise. So what's the go from here? Well, you need to also consider a couple other things. Once again, I could end the video here. I could say, you know, tough pull rates, holiday set, difficult to acquire, packs starting at a floor price of $12 to $16 because people can't get it cheaper than that. And then I could also say that it's got God Pack, and I could say, all right, I've said my case. Now you can make a decision by yourself, and then you can decide what you want to do with that. But I have even more to tell you, because they also made this set popular Pokemon. And this is the thing, popular Pokemon are extremely underrated. Look at a set like Paradox Rift, look at a set like Rebel Clash, look at a set like Darkness Ablaze. They can't move, they can't go up because no one cares about it. It doesn't get views if you upload it on YouTube. Streamers and rip and shippers can't sell the packs for the life of them. No one wants it. So the thing is, perhaps buying an ETB for $200 of a really good set is actually better than buying 2 ETBs of a shit set. Now I've got one more thing to cover. Now this is a crucial thing to consider. So the main Pokemon are the Eeveelutions. Now, if we look at different sets in the past, different very successful themed sets such as Team Rocket, you'll notice that they made Team Rocket, then about 3 years later they made Team Rocket Returns, and then they never made Team Rocket again until the other day when they announced the set Destined Rivals. So you need to ask yourself, yeah, Eeveelutions are extremely popular. What if this is the last Eeveelution set we get for 20 years? Well, what's going to happen? Because the thing is, now that there's been 2 Eeveelution sets, I'm already seeing people saying, oh, well, are they going to make a third one? What's going to happen in the third one? What is it going to look like? And it's like, well, they're probably not going to make another one. There's a good chance that Evolving Skies was a home run, so then they decide to make this to trigger a lot of people coming into the hobby, but then they're happy with that. Because you've got to understand, Pokemon usually hold back on making fantastic sets in order to keep the standards low and then blow everybody out the water. They do that on purpose. That's why they made Obsidian Flames a shit set. That's why they made Paradox Rift a shit set. They did it on purpose. They made Gengar in Temporal Forces. When that set, this is a bit of a fun fact for a lot of people, Temporal Forces was actually extremely hyped up because there was a Gengar full art and everybody was thinking, holy shit, is this going to be like Fusion Strike? Is this going to be a Gengar set? And then they just disappointed everybody. And I guarantee you they did that on purpose. They know that if they made a proper Gengar SIR, then they would have made everybody go crazy over this set. But the thing is, they didn't, because they wanted to preserve everybody's warts. They wanted to keep the standards nice and low and then give it a couple of years. And then once everybody's ready to go back into the hobby, then bring out Prismatic Evolutions and then bring everybody back into the hobby. So there's a good chance they're only going to use this opportunity once, because you can see Pokemon try to push certain Pokemon to be popular, and then they make those cards very rare. They make very little of them. You can see Fusion Strike, it has one Eeveelution and people go crazy over it. I know it has the Gengar, I know it has the Mew, but the Espeon a lot of people want because they need to complete their Eeveelution line. And that's what they do on purpose. They do this quite regularly where they won't make a complete dragon set, they'll just make one or two. So basically this set, they're going to drag. I guarantee you, they're going to drag this set. They're not going to short print it. They're not going to make a small supply of the set. They're going to drag this set as long as they humanly can. They're going to just keep doing releases, restocks, reprints, new items, etc. They're just going to keep doing it over and over and over again. Because with other sets such as Temporal, Paradox, they know they can't do another reprint, or they would have to do a small one and call it a day because they know that there's no demand. With this, because there's a lot of demand, I reckon there's going to be demand until it ends. Perhaps Terrestrial Festival will go to maybe $50 a box, $60 a box, but I highly doubt that the English one is going to be able to go to $90 to $100 in an Elite Trainer box. I believe the absolute lowest it could probably go is maybe $150, and then after that it'll probably just shoot up because, I don't know, Pokemon decided they're going to, it sells out in Pokemon Center, and then people realize, oh great, this is the last of it, and then it will shoot up again. So my one tip to you, this is what I'm doing. If you want to hear what I'm doing, this is exactly what I'm going to do. Now, please do not replicate what I'm doing because you just believe in me, okay? I can make mistakes. I will make mistakes. You can make mistakes. You will make mistakes. But if you learn from your mistakes, that's what matters. So I want you to make your own decisions. So if you make a mistake, you can learn on it. But if you succeed, happy days. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait a year and then I'm going to jump into it. Because I'm not going to wait 2 years or 3 years because that's where it gets dicey. I'm going to wait a year. I know that for the next year, it won't move upwards, it will only move downwards. Demand will dwindle, supply will increase, new items will be released, there will be less hype for new restocks and reprints. It'll still remain above MSRP, but I believe you'll be able to obtain them for maybe $150 to $160 on eBay. And then maybe like $130, $140 on Facebook. I believe this is pretty obtainable. And the thing is, if you can wait for it to go down, buy it, it's better. Because the thing is, if you buy it right now, you have to wait, I'd say 3 years until you actually see some significant gains. Do you really think that Elite Trainer box is going to hold $260 on eBay? I don't think it will. I think it'll be able to I think it's going to keep dwindling down. It may stabilize at 2K for a case for the longest time, but then I believe it'll go to 1500 for a good while, and then it'll tick up, and once it ticks up, it's done. It's probably going to be the last Evolution set. There's a good chance it was a once in a lifetime opportunity whenever it comes to difficult parts in a holiday set. I think I've said what I need to say. I don't really need to say anymore, so yeah, if you agree with this video, let me know. A lot of people make Prismatic Evolution videos, so I wanted to actually give proper insights rather than just giving my opinion on stuff that we already know. No one cares about my opinion with that stuff. You actually are here for proper insights and stuff you haven't heard from other places. So yeah, I want to provide the best insights possible. So yeah, thank you for watching this video.